Let's make my favorite burger plate. This is going to take us literally 10 minutes, so this is what you need to get started. I choose low-fat beef, and these Grillo pickles are the only brand worth buying. And we're going to make a small butter lettuce salad on the side. While I'm cooking, I'm going to be snacking on these organic mini cucumbers, and this is an organic bell pepper. So this burger plate is great if you are gluten-free and dairy-free like me, but also you get a bite with the burger, with the peppers, with the pickles, and it is just fantastic. So I'm going to be making a potato on the side. You can replace that with your favorite carb of choice. You can obviously do a bun if you prefer. Also, sometimes I'll do like a corn tortilla, but this is how I cook all my potatoes. If you know, you know. Wash your potato, put it in the pouch, and put it in the microwave. Yes, I use a microwave, whatever. So before we can do this, we have to take off all of our rings because obviously we need to get our hands dirty and make the patties. So once I finally get my rings off, we're going to put all the beef into this bowl. And then this is when I decide I'm just going to keep one hand clean. Obviously we need to wash our hands. Cleanliness is important. And we just tear this off. When you're making these, it's really up to you, the percent of fat that you're using. I tend to go for a less than 20% patty, but this is really going to be your personal preference. And obviously you could be using turkey, you could use chicken, you could use ground venison. It's really kind of dealer's choice here, but I love beef for these. When you are opening up the container, obviously make sure to not get it all over yourself, especially if you were like me and wearing white, and yep, that's pretty much what just happened. So I'm just going to dump all of it into this bowl here. And what I'm going to do next is add some dried herbs. So if you have fresh herbs, that would also be great. It's raining, so I did not want to walk out to our herb garden. And this Chosen avocado oil spray is my ride or die. I use this with everything. The meat was really cold, so that was unfortunate. But these is my favorite Italian seasoning, and with my clean hand, I'm going to open it. So this is in my Amazon shop. I find it's just more dynamic than a usual Italian seasoning, and you can buy 2 packs and they last forever, so really great. So what I'm doing is mixing in the herbs, trying to get them evenly coated, but honestly this is not super scientific. Pouring in as much as I kind of think I need. And obviously I am cooking with stainless steel because I actually care about my hormones. We don't use Teflon in this house anymore. Stainless steel does take a little while to get used to, but honestly, as long as you're cooking something low for a bit longer, you're fine. So basically what I'm going to do, since the serving of beef was, the pack of beef was 4 servings, so I'm basically going to make 4 little balls here. And I'm not measuring them out. If I wanted to be super specific, I would definitely measure them and go by weight, but I'm just going to be eyeballing it here. And obviously make sure that your exhaust fan is on, because when we cook, we want to make sure we are getting all those fumes out and not just inhaling them. So as you saw, I sprayed my pan with Chosen avocado oil, and like you need to always do with stainless steel, the flame is not very high. So I will show you in a bit what that flame actually looks like, but we always start with less than you think you need. We don't have a meat flattener, but I definitely actually should be ordering one from Amazon right now. So there are my balls, and then I'm just going to kind of push them down a bit in the pan here, but I don't want to push so hard that everything sticks. So it's just kind of a little squish down. Then I come back after like 2 minutes and I flip them. I'm using these metal tongs. Like I said, I care about my hormones, so I'm not using plastic utensils, and I'm definitely not using black. So back to the potato pouch. So she went in for like 6 minutes, and once it's soft and squishy, you're good. And then I just let it rest for a bit. So now we go back to our salad. I realize in a second that I've already washed this lettuce, but I'm going to wash it again just to be safe. We always want to make sure that we are eating clean, washed food. So I don't know if anyone else knows this trick, but I usually just wrap my leaves in a paper towel and then absorb all the moisture. And I don't really like to chop things up if I don't have to, so I'm just going to tear the salad with my hands. If you know, you know. It's fast, it's easy, who cares? So I'm going to keep this salad really simple. I'm just going to put some avocado oil on it and a little black pepper. So right now I need to chop up my pickles. I've already chopped up the peppers. So like I said, Grillo's pickles are the best. No preservatives, no colors, and they're kept in the refrigerator section, so you know that they are just super high quality. I'm obsessed with these. I have to actively restrain myself. So as you can see, the burgers are coming along. I did have to turn up the heat because it was just a little too low. But like I said, this takes literally about 12 minutes all in. And I take one of the bigger looking patties and one of the smaller ones, and I'll save the other two for dinner tomorrow. And I'm assembling the plate. So there's my pink salt, black pepper, and here we go. The pièce de la résistance. It's so delicious. I hope you enjoy.